full outfit. So
Yes.
Man, this outfit though, man. Y'all close up to this. Listen.
They help with coordinating all of those different color palettes.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Francis, I would like to say thank you for that letter. It spoke volume to me as far as the parents, but being from Africa, I went through that same thing. But I'm happy that you chose your path. I'd like to reintroduce myself. My name is not Hove, but I am Tandi. Walton. I am the lead bartender at Four Seasons at Bamago. My earliest memory of bartending dates back to 2004, 2005, but I was in hospitality before that, but I was not bartending. But when I got to Slice on Peter Street in Castleberry, that's when I actually developed the love of bartending. I saw all these diverse people, bartenders, and I was like, oh, I can do that. And I had no clue I had to pick up a book to find out 20 cocktails to know. Once I realized this, I pretty much was hands-on. I would ask the bartenders how to teach me how to make a Long Island. That was trending at the time, don't judge me. How to make an apple martini, it was trending. I wanted to know. Then eventually I jumped in and I was like, okay, what if we add some fresh XYZ? This was my beginning spark of my love for learning and probably the biggest lesson. But there were many other lessons along the way, knowing what I know now. This is what I would tell my younger self. Dear Tandi, titties don't make money. There is no reason to cut your shirt and show off all your Victoria's Secrets. Your tip will still be at 18% or less. Carry yourself like a lady. Stay focused in learning. Don't worry if you don't know anything. Go back. Don't worry if you don't have any mentors. Read the books, watch the YouTube videos, learn from watching others. Be quiet, but ask questions when you don't know. It's okay not to know, but what you do after you realize you don't know is what's important. At the same time, don't get caught up in what other people are doing. Make it your own. See the standard, but add your own spin to it. Stay in your motherfucking lane. What are you doing to enhance your craft? This is the main question. And as you continue to grow, remember not to judge others that don't know. We are all behind the bar, and we are all supposed to be winning. Bring your own tools. You're not going to do this on your first bar competition. You're going to shake an egg white cocktail, and the can's gonna pop in your face in front of everybody. Keep that shit fucking moving. Jose, you were there. Let your imagination take over you. You can have petals thrown at your feet while competing like Coming to America. It will go well. When you make cash tips, it doesn't mean you need to go shopping, Tandi. The next day. Put that money in the bank. Once you count it, deposit it. When you get off work, do not go drinking and spend all the money you just made. When you do go hang out with your coworkers after work, just allow yourself to. You do not need cliques. Know the difference between friends and acquaintances. Being behind the bar is hard. If you don't eat before you get there, it will affect your attitude. You'll be hangry for no reason. And then when you get to eat, you won't have time to eat properly. You're gonna scuff down food and end up eating a lot of unhealthy things. Balance starts before you get to work. Get up, go to the gym, give yourself time to read and study. Say your affirmations and get dressed and get to work on time. Don't disrespect the golden rule. You know how you like to be treated when you go to bars. Remember to treat your guests the same way. Acknowledge your guests. Do not hold your finger up. Do not hold your finger up at your guests instead of speaking. It's okay for guests to know your name. I know you think that they're going to be screaming your motherfucking name across the damn bar. Tandi, Tandi! But that's not what it's about. You meet a young lady named Ari, who will show you the value of doing this. Slow down, go at your own speed, be patient with your creations. Don't shake over your shoulder, it fucks up your rotator cuff. It's cute, but you're gonna be in a sling and you cannot make no money. Wear the proper shoes so you preserve your knees. Take care of your mental health. And know when you're getting burnt out, chasing the money, don't chase Friday, Saturday money. Spend time with your kids. You can make the same money that you make on Friday, on Monday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Never work on a Saturday because you're chasing money. Spend some Saturdays sitting in your couch watching Kung Fu Panda. Yeah. Have a date night. Follow your instincts. When your time is up at a place, your time is up. Remember, it is what it is. Don't waste 2 seconds about spilled milk. That shit spilled. If you forget all these things, just remember to keep learning something every day. Keep learning, keep growing. The sky's the limit. Peace and love.
Yeah. You're a real one, man. Real talk. All right. That was awesome. I got a couple questions for the younger bartenders. At what point in your career, you don't have to give out your age or anything, but at what point in your career did you start realizing that you aren't like a super person, you're not immortal? Because I know, like myself, it was 29. Like I started having the same problems you were talking about with the shake, because I used to shake like, and my shoulder just stopped working. Like when was that point where you were just like, I gotta start taking better care of myself?
So this was like 2016. I was talking to Caleb. And Caleb was like, yo, dude, my shoulder hurts. I have to have surgery. I'm trying not to have surgery, just be careful on how you shake, And I started taking notice and I did a little research and I was like, okay, cool, gotta preserve. I was good on my health stuff, eating and working out and all this. But when Caleb brought it to me, it was a point of realization of how to, I gotta preserve my shoulder. I was in a car accident earlier on, so I hurt my shoulder, so it was important for me to learn how to shake properly without aggravating my already injured shoulder.
Exactly, man. If you're gonna do this for the long run, you have to definitely, especially, I don't know what it is about your 30s. I'm telling you, man, it will humble you very quickly when it comes to bartending, like an 8 to 12 hour shift. You will really be humbled. You talked a little bit about competitions, and I was like, that's how I really came up. Honestly, it was through competitions how I got to this position, and it's just a really great way to accelerate your career and just really kind of hold a mirror to yourself and your skills behind the bar. You said your first competition, you ended up I did something very similar. Y'all know Boston Shakers, glass on 10? I did that and I banged them together and it broke it was bad, it was nasty. But what are some of the things that you've learned through competitions that you've taken to the bar? Or how has it improved you, or has it?
Okay, so I gotta tell the story. So first competition, it's okay, Kettle One, they want me to make Jose's here, so Jose was a witness to that. So that's why I keep looking at Jose, because it was my first competition with Kettle One, and no one told me you gotta have your own tools. So they had this gold shakers, this copper shakers. It was so pretty. I was like, yes, I'm about to rock this out. So double shaking in front of 3 judges and freaking cans pop off. And I was like, okay, come, start over again, and then popped again. I literally had to go and get a Boston shaker from the back of the house. Could you guys have a Boston shaker? But I carried on. I ended up winning. Jose won the competition, and I was crowd favorite because I just carried on going. What am I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is what it is. It popped, and what, son? We're gonna do this again. So what I would say is, I know the tools that I like in my bar. And I do, talk to my new bartenders about, breaking tools in. You gotta break those tools in a little bit. But when they're still new, you would like to hold them up accordingly. finesse them to where they're not popping. You are in control. Not the cans don't control you, you control them. Okay? So this is your craft, so you want to be perfect at it. So I found a way of teaching my newer bartenders, my mentees, how to hold a shaker appropriately so those things don't happen. Those egg whites, pressure, you want to hold that tin tight, and you're like, you're not going nowhere, I got you, so I got you, you're not going nowhere.
Excellent. Yeah, that's super true, man. Not enough bartenders these days, especially in the craft world. They lean on the bars. The bars, you know, there are some bars that have some really great tools. It's awesome, you know. Here, it's a great example. They got really great tools, but yeah, when you are in the competition ring, like it's so important to have your own tools, be comfortable with them, and have them broken in. Those core goals, I swear, it takes like a good 6 weeks to break them in. All right. We're about to go into another seminar here. Anyway, you do have a podcast, right? I want you to little plug, little shameless promotion, but also that's really amazing. First of all, that it's a commitment to have that type of podcast, but it's also a great way to be a mentor and share your knowledge as well too. What made you want to go about that route and you know start sharing some of your ideas?
Thank you for that question. So in the beginning of the pandemic, it was really heavy on the hospitality industry, as we all know, right? I didn't have a plan, but I know where my passion was. It was wanting to stay connected to my community of my bartenders, I'm just gonna say the whole hospitality industry. So we don't see each other because we in quarantine. So what can Tandy do to keep everybody together? And what I did was I started this Instagram show called Tandy Tuesdays, where I love a love for tequila. So initially it was like tequila tacos every Tuesday, and I would invite some local chefs that are dope around the city. I will create a cocktail, they'll pair, or I will pair, vice versa. And we'll talk about stuff aside, like concentrating on what's going on outside. So we forgetting, what's going on outside, but we in a bar setting. We're talking about cocktails, we're having tacos, this is Tuesday, we're having fun together, And then it grew to educational part, where different spirits are, it moved from tequila to other spirits, so talk about classics and the history of those classics, and have my great chefs that come along on the shows and speak of their crafts and what they're doing, and in turn, hopefully they can get these gigs outside, whatever they're doing. These are the chefs that are actually not in a regular restaurant. No one knows of them. They're private chefs, and they're actually great at what they do. So I felt like it was a great platform for them to, come on and actually share their knowledge and their talent, so somebody else will see them. I'm in people's faces all the time, Tandy, right? But I wanted my friends to also come along and just shine along and just keep us together, just a little small community. So it's every Tuesday, 7 o'clock on Instagram, Tandy Pours Cocktail. Check us out. It's fun. We laugh, we talk, we make food, we drink cocktails, and share love.
That's what it's all about. Sure. Does anybody have any questions? Hey.
I don't know if the podcast space is new for you, but in joining that space, what would be a recommendation that you would give to a bartender that's maybe going into that space? If they have a following, they have a crowd, there are people who enjoy them here in the city, but like, what would be a tip that you would say, or a mistake that you learned that like, it's not a mistake you need to make, like, just roll it simply.
You have to commit to it. Once you create that date that you're doing it at that time, you have to be there. I don't care how you feel. It's just like a schedule at work. It's like, it's Tuesday. I wake up and I go, it's Tandy Tuesday. Okay. Do I feel like it? I don't feel like it. Oh, what I gotta do? I gotta go buy fresh lines. Who's coming on the show? It's parts to it. I have to call, make arrangements. Hey, Whiskey and Rosemary, are you coming through? Hey, Chef India, are you coming through? Who's coming through? You have to be able to know that you have to schedule people. You have to have a show. You know, so no matter how you feel, you have to schedule those people and make it a thing for every day that you ever did to do. I cannot do it twice a week. Once a week is enough, okay? So I would just say dedicate yourself to and give yourself to say that this is what you want to do. Commit to it. You have to have full commitment and be a full throttle every day that you pick to do whatever podcast you want to do.
Thank you.
Legit. What we got?
I heard you mention, I just recently understood the power of affirmations and meditation and all that good stuff. So what are some of the affirmations you were telling yourself? You know, I know it's kind of a personal question, but you brought it out, so I would like to know.
The first one is, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. You're going to be great. You will be great. And you're smart. You're intelligent. And you're born for this. And this is the light for you. This is what you're going to do. I do all these things under a cold shower. I start off warm and I end up cold. When that cold hit, I am screaming in the shower. You're going to be great. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great day. You are smart. You're going to do it. You're going to go over here and read this letter. You're going to read this letter, and you're going to read this letter with confidence. Next to Kelly Dawn, you're going to do it today.
Hey, let's go. That was a good for your immune system. Good stuff. All right, any more questions? Oh, we got one.
Yeah, you mentioned when it's time to leave, it's just time to leave. It's not anything personal. And through your experience, what have been some of the common denominators that make you think that? I'm sorry. Do you want to drink first?
I shall take a sip. A little sip of booze. All right. Oh. When I pull up and I sit in my car and I want to get out of my car. When I go home and cry. When I consistently have nightmares about going to work. The most important one is if I feel like I'm not excelling, I'm not growing any longer, it's time to go. Especially if you're looking for upward mobility and they're not giving you that, it's time to go. So that's about it. Yeah.
All right, y'all, give it up for Tangi. You know, real quick, early in my career, way back, I was working at a gay bar, and they told me I had to dress a certain way to appeal.
Were you
know,
objectified?
I felt really. I was like, I feel like I should just be able to wear what I want, and I was like, yeah. And so when you said that, it took me back to my days of Buddy. So I was like, I can wear them booty shorts. Anyway. All right, we are down to our final panelist here, Miss Kelly.